What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's been a little bit since I did a broadcast because I've been at a lot of shows. What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's been a little bit since I did a broadcast because I've been at a show. Sorry about that. Trying to get the link. Want to go ahead and share. I've been super busy. I posted up a lot of my content from one of my shows, conventions, which was a lot of content, a lot of videos and stuff. Um, excuse me. And I got a bunch more to upload. But I wanted to get on here because I haven't been here. I haven't done a cast in a little bit. Oh, I need to get back on schedule here. We're doing these. How is everyone doing? Hope you are enjoying yourself. Looks like I got two people tuned in. Thanks for joining in. I'm gonna talk about the last show I did. Oh, that's Daniel. He's checking in before turning in. All right, so I have been all over. I've been doing a lot, man. I've been doing a lot. And I'm going to talk about this one convention in particular because it was good times. So, this is awesome. This guy follows me on Facebook, and he was like the very first customer that came through and got his copy of the book and Vigilance, and that is his wife, and they turned out to be really cool people. I enjoy meeting people that follow me on social media, on Facebook and stuff. It's always pleasant. It's always fun and good times to actually be able to meet people face to face and actually have that conversation and talk about geekdom and comics. And we talked them a lot during the weekend. So this is Wizard World Chicago. Um, let's see, Wizard World has a lot of stuff going on. Chicago is their biggest show of the year. If it's not, it's Philly, but I'm very sure the Chicago is their biggest show of the year. They take up a lot of space in the Rosemont Convention Center. The room I'm in is huge, and they have a whole another room that's just as big as that one. Then the intersecting room that people are all in. I mean, it's a lot of space. Had a lot of people there. So I got invited out to be there as the show as a guest, which was awesome. And I had 7 panels on schedule. By the weekend's end, it ended to be 9 panels, and I helped Kato Kalin host an auction that was going on for the show. So the weekend was pretty spry and crazy. We didn't leave till early Thursday morning, and took off. Got there in time, plenty of time. There's a time difference, so like even though the ride to Chicago is like 6 hours because of that time shift, it always makes it seem like it's a longer drive than what it is. Makes it seem like it's a 8 7 8 hour drive, no matter how fast we do it or whatnot. I went down there with my brother Ren McKenzie. Um, got there and immediately. And the cool thing about Chicago, we were in the Hyatt Regency, which is right across the street, literally across the street. Um, I whenever I needed to go to the bathroom, I just went to the hotel room. That's how close it was. So because we were so close, by the time we got there, people were still loading in. We were able to get our stuff in, get checked in, then go over to the hotel, get checked in, get our room, and get ourselves settled up there and go in and start putting everything together. I had just a regular, I think it was a 8 foot table, and I never remember the size of these tables. So I had a regular table, whatnot, no corner table this time. So I had to make some changes, figure out how to do some stuff. Let me see here. I don't know if I took any. Let's see if I took any pictures of. Let me show you the table setup. Um, uh, I normally take pictures. I might have taken them on my phone. That's as good as doing it. Uh, I think I took pictures on my phone. Maybe I didn't upload all the pictures yet. No, I had to upload all the pictures. I did take it with my phone. I had to do a different setup because I had smaller space. I took, I have a stackable the hell you call it? It's like a cart. It has 4 trays on it where I store all my stuff in there. I emptied out 2 of those, and if you can kind of see right here, I oh, you can't even see my mouse or the shoes are. I made a step ladder thing, and I was able to stack books on there, free up space on the rest of the table for my portfolio. For me to have space to draw, do commissions and stuff. That Freestyle Comics banner looks so good. Danny Cooper killed that thing so much. He did. I'm pretty sure. Um, I'll check anyway. If I find a picture, I'll snag it in here. So let's look on my phone, see if I can send it up to you while I'm talking. So yeah, so I had to go in there and set it up. Took me a while to set up. Just trying to. My setup is generally the same, but you always have to accommodate and change when the table spot is different. Yes, here goes the pictures. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to. I'm going to send them to myself somehow so I can get them up here for y'all. Haha. So I'll keep talking. So anyway, so we get there, sub table, da 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 da. We got plenty of time. Go back to the room, change, and come back to the show. I did not do the hype line on Thursday. I didn't really think there was a point to do it on Thursday. There wouldn't be enough people to justify doing the hype line. It's a Thursday show right when it opens. People are still at work. So I actually took the time just to like really just relax and get comfortable, kind of like figure out what we want to do for the day or whatnot. And let me see here. 22nd. I ended up popping off, meeting them, which was great. They bought copies of the books. This guy came over. I want to say the 22nd, yeah. Thursday, yeah. Came over, and those 2 in the background, they came back and forth to the table. They went to a few panels. That was really cool. This guy got all the #1 issues. We rocked out, got them all signed for him. And I sold a Grit and Morals copy. That was pretty fun. Like so this is cool, right? So these people showed up with the expectation of meeting me because he follows me on social media, which is great. Always great to look forward to. I'm trying to send myself stuff so I can show you the table because I really want to talk about the table setup because it took me a while to figure out how to do that or how I wanted it to be set up. Oh, excuse me. All right. So that's one type of customer. So this was, I would categorize this as a soft sale. And what a soft sale is when someone already has interest and you really don't have to do a lot of coaxing to get them to buy it because they are already coming over interested. This was another soft sale. He was interested, came over, checked out the books, gave him the pitch real quick, and then he was like, okay, let me buy all the #1s. Not really hard to sell him on it because he already had an interest. This guy, another one. Like I didn't say anything to this guy. I just said, hey, what's up? How you doing? I didn't try to, again, because I don't talk to every single customer with the intention to sell. I don't talk to them with the intention to pitch every single time. I actually talk to people just to talk, to shoot the crap with them, see how they're doing, see how their con experience is going, or just literally to say what's up. I don't want to do it every single time. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm cool, man, I'm fine. And I just really wanted him to look around and check out the books. And those are 2 books that he picked out and wanted to try something new. I'm getting beeped. My brothers are dumb. All right, so I'm trying to get ready to get those pictures pulled out so you guys can see them. I sent them to my Facebook chat, the one that I have with my brothers, and they're all like, why are you sending us these? Because I need them. That's why I'm sending them. All right, I'm gonna download that. Oh man, we don't need a close up of that. We're gonna download that one because that's a good one. That's a great example of what I'm talking about. Download. All right. So let me switch gears here. Let me switch gears here and show you the con table, and then I can move on. Bear with me, please. Oh, yeah. I'm going to share screen again. Sorry, this isn't my most organized cast. All right. So look, this is me right there in my beat up hotshot shirt. I've had that shirt for a long time. In my casual driving jogging pants because I want to be comfortable while we were rolling. All right. So from here, there's that awesome Free Guitar Comics banner that Danny's made for us. Pair of hotshot shoes that have been painted exclusively by Picktown Artworks. And then I have my gimmick, which is I give a free collector's item to get people to come over to my table to check me out. Something that's inexpensive, but still original for the show that people will enjoy and like. I spread those out so people can see them. They're right above the shoe here and right between the comic books. If you can kind of make that out or whatnot. Right here, Emerald Quest, Sourcebook, Cypher, Heroes International, Vigilance, and Hotshot. So I kind of did this stepladder thing over here on my left side. Those are my toolboxes where all my supplies and stuff are. And I made that stepladder, had an extra cloak or blanket, whatever, sheet, and put that there. So that kind of stands up there. Over here, right here at the bottom, this red thing right by my arm. Oh, I just zoomed in on that. I want to zoom out. How do I do that? Oh, there we go. That is social media, QR codes for the social media so people can scan it because I don't carry around business cards anymore. There's my portfolio on the other side of me and the massive print wall on my back right there. The first row of my print wall, that's all FSK characters there. Second row, my Ninja Turtle prints, which have been selling for a long time, for several years, and a very popular item. Then my eye-catching and most popular prints, Miles Morales, Ultra Shaggy, Sith Jasmine, Storm, Voltron, Dr. Deadpool, some My Hero Academia characters with Freestyle Comics characters, something I did a few months ago. Just get people familiar with the characters that I do. A quick way to say, if you like, and I pronounced the name wrong, so I'm sorry for the enthusiasts of the show, Deku. If you like him, chances are you're gonna like Hotshot because they're similar characters. That type of thing, character association that people can get with real quick. They're still making fun of me for sending these pictures in the chat. And then So, and then I got some mashup stuff that I did that catches people's eye. Maybe a couple of these prints don't sell the most, but they catch people's eye and bring people over to the table for conversation. And that's the whole thing that I'm trying to do with the setup here. Let me give you a better outside look here. So that's the thing. I want to catch everybody's eye. Over here, right there. You see that little thing right there? That is my price guide. Real quick, it's straightforward to the point. Tells prices for everything I have. And then here we have the comic book rack that has all the comic books that I carry and roll with. Up here, oh, I like this tool. I just figured this tool out, and it's perfect for what we're doing here. If you can see this here, yeah. There's the print wall. There's the comics. There's, it's pretty. Oh, it is not centered. Danny is right. And I'm just now noticing this, and that show's over. Too bad. All right, so what I was saying here is that maybe every one of these prints don't sell a whole lot, but every one of these prints is a subtle, subconscious eye catcher. It's like a fishing lure. People see it. I see people see it. I use it to start a conversation, say, which one caught your eye? Or my favorite line, oh, everybody come on over. All the looking is absolutely free this weekend. I'm not charging for any looks this weekend. So it's an icebreaker. It's something funny to get people in there laughing, checking out what I'm talking about and things like that. And here is a closer shot of my 3-chair setup. I was actually pretty happy with how this came out. The shoes are getting a lot of people's attentions. Right here, I have these Wizard World exclusive trading cards, which is also part of a battle card game. So this is my free item. I make a set of cards like this for every show that I go to. And crap in a hat. So I use that as the free item to get people over here to say, hey, I just want you to come check out what I got. I want the opportunity to show you what I have, and you'll get this exclusive item for free. Up here, I have the books that we all have for sale. So this is what we're rocking right now with six different titles at Freestyle Comics. Right here, those are my QR codes. I don't like to carry around business cards anymore. 90% of the time, people just take them just to be polite and nice. That's in my experience. And very rarely someone actually use the business card. So I have these QR codes, so you can scan it with your phone and get to the social media. And all right, and that is my table set up. Now let's get back to the photos. So the photos are going to kind of help me talk about this show and just how awesome it was. All right, so I think this is yes. So this guy came over to me on Thursday as soon as I walked into the show. It looked like he was interested in art and stuff, and he was asking questions. He asked me about my commissions, and I told him I'm available for commissions. Like, you get something done here. I'm like, yeah, well, it's early enough, man. If you put in your bid, I'd be done. He told me about this Shredder costume he has that he wants me to draw. He said I'll be back here first thing tomorrow. Normally speaking, when people say they'll come back, they don't come back. It's part of convention culture in life. It's nothing to get upset about. It happens. I think a lot of people really do intend to come back, but they get distracted by something else or they forget because there's a lot going on at comic book conventions. I am guilty of that myself. But this guy came back as soon as the show floor opened, and he told me yesterday the day before he had 40 blades on this mug, and yes, he does have 40 blades. So I took some reference pictures of this, and I started work on this. I was working on this bad boy for 2 days at the show. He's told me to go ahead and take my time. I have a lot of customers here. So prior to this, I did not. I did the hype line on Friday. I did not do a Facebook Live of it. I just did the hype line. And I did the hype line on Saturday. Friday, I got some good people. I got some good buzz with the hype line when I went out there and did it. I got a lot of people interacting in it. I forgot my freaking trivia cards on Friday, so I didn't do any trivia, which is something new that I do with it. And I did some freestyling. I did the freestyle game. I actually had some good freestyles that people thought were pretty entertaining, which is good. And I had some people taking my tickets to come back to my table. I was already, I think, starting to lose my voice that day. But got the tickets out. I had about 150 tickets that I gave out, and my conversion rate out of those tickets was 51%, and 32 people actually came back with the tickets. So outside of walk-up sales, I had 32 people come back to the table for the opportunity for me to pitch and sell to these people. The whole thing is trying to convert the free item into a sale, and you want your free item not to be a devastatingly expensive item that's going to hurt me on the production end and create an expense that's not worth it. So you always got to kind of think of what can you give away for free that's not really going to hurt you, and you can put onto the cost of promotion. And so I started having people come over, and I started pitching and trying to sway them over. And these are some of the purchases that we have with the books. Actually, I think I did a hard sell on this guy and just pulled him over and asked to talk to him and show him what I'm got. He ended up getting the Heroes International book. There's shots of Shredder. This guy came to one of my panels on Thursday, which is great. Panels are a complete opportunity for you to pitch and sell yourself, to get people in your favor to want to come back to your table. And he came back. He came back on Thursday. Didn't get anything, but came back on Friday and got something. And Miles Morales Biggie Smalls print is what he got. This is a returning customer from several times. I met her last year at Chicago when she was there with her son, and they came and got Hot Shot 1. And then the next day they got Hot Shot 2, 3, and 4. Then the next day they got 4, 5, and 6. And then they got 7, 8, and 9 on the last day. So they came back every single day out of the 4 days and got the entire run of Hot Shot, excluding Hot Shot 0, which the very first thing she said to me when she came up was, "Where's the newest Hot Shot?" I said, let's see, do you have issue 9? And she wasn't sure. So I think she got issue 9 too, to be sure or whatnot. I can't remember. But I know she definitely got issue 0 because she didn't have that one. And then she started on the Cypher. So she got both issues of Cypher. you will see her again. And this family was awesome. I was doing my panel. I was doing a creative stage appearance. And I believe it's the one where I was doing the sketch, showing them how I did sketch cards, but I also told them how I got in the business of doing sketch cards for Marvel and Upper Deck. Um, and they were pretty involved in the panel, and they were very entertained. And they came back over to the table and got a copy of the book. So when I'm on the creative stage, oh, excuse me, I ate a lot today. I'm sorry. When I'm on the creative stage, I do a lot to try to talk to people, tell them a story, get them involved and invested in what I'm doing. I'm trying to make people like me. I'm trying to get people to laugh, to enjoy their time with me, and just be like, man, that's a fun guy. I like that dude. Let's go see what he's about. That's what it is. That's my opportunity to do that. And outside of even doing that, I still have extra tickets. So throughout the whole day, I give out 150 tickets, right? But I keep including that 150 tickets. I keep tickets with me because I know I'm going to a panel. I know I'm going to the creative stage. And I tell everybody, man, it's your lucky day for sitting down right now. You're going to get a free item just for coming down here to sit down and see what I'm doing. All you got to do is follow me back at my table at 8:23. And so when I get finished with the panel, I give everybody a ticket and I guide them back over to my table. Those that come, some come later, some say, I'm all right, and some come and follow me right then and there. These are one of the people that came over and followed me right over. And they looked at everything and, they picked up, they wanted Hot Shot, they wanted to hear the pitches. That's the book that they liked. And then his daughter was like, yeah, but I want a book too. I want Vigilance. I really like that story from Vigilance. So they got her one too. They were cool too. Well, she was here with her husband and a friend, and dude, she was like, lay it on me. I want to know the pitches. Tell me what this is about. And ended up rocking out with Emerald Quest. Dude, this is one of the best freaking Green Goblin cosplays I've ever seen in my life. Ever. That cosplay is so dope. I think Spider-Man was upset because I was so happy with the Green Goblin cosplay. I didn't actually Spider-Man's picture, but he got in there anyway. It's a good Spider-Man costume, but you don't see good Green Goblin cosplay like that, no? Got up close, like, it's incredible. I bet you think his face is painted. It's not. That's a mask. Spoiler. Here's another returning customer coming back to get the newest issue of Hot Shot that he did not get, and start off on Heroes International and get start on Vigilance because he got Vigilance 1 and 2. So when he came from my panel, enjoyed the panel, came back and got some books. The show was just fun. And, and this is also my cheat. When I get pictures of people, I number one, I'm taking the picture because I'm so happy that you're supporting what I do and you're coming in here, spending your money down on the product that we make here. And I like that. I want to have a memory of that, and I put them up on my Facebook page. Number two, I also say if you want to get the picture, you can go to my Facebook page and download it. So it sends them to our social media to check out their picture, to make comments, which people went and made comments on their pictures when I posted them on Instagram and Facebook, and ended up following our page. It's kind of an indirect way to not pressure somebody to go to your social media. That doesn't work every time. These are just little tricks that I do. And they may not work for everybody. I'm just, giving you an inside line of how I work at convention. But I also use this to keep track of my inventory because they're between all the panels I was running to. And, when I have a rush of people, it's hard for me to keep up with the Square and put it in my inventory because I use Square and PayPal. So I use the pictures to help me to go back and be able to do my inventory whenever I get flooded and keep track of what I'm selling. There we go. So we remove a few prints. I love it when people have comic book t-shirts. Quick con cheat. If people have on a comic book t-shirt and you see one you like, talk about it. Ask them about it. Use it as an icebreaker. Jeez, come on, man. I loved her cosplay. And I love that she got Vigilance. That little kid right there. Wait, is that him? That little kid was cool, man. He was at my panel, direct to comic book page panel. Oh no. Why isn't it working? I have no idea. But this kid right here in the Captain America hoodie, He was at my director comic book page panel, and he was giving all the insight on it. And I have to say, maybe I need to put it up there later on, but I have to say, these kids put together the cutest damn comic book page ever. So the creative comic book page, I go on the creative stage. I talk about what it takes to make a comic book, that whole process. Well, you guys are going to direct a comic book page today, and they have to come up with the characters, the story, what's going to happen, the twist, and they have to direct each panel with like camera angles and everything. And these kids, he helped out with it, and these two girls said, "Oh no, all right, so who was it? Let's go back." Well, one of my first people that bought something, they recommended Hot Shot. And I was like, "You're the first person to recommend Hot Shot for a comic book page." And then this kid recommended Spider-Man. And I was like, "Yes, you're making my day." And then two little girls said, "They are getting pizza at the park on a play date." And I said, "You guys have just made my comic dreams come true." Hotshot, who is inspired by Spider-Man at the park eating pizza because Hotshot never gets to eat lunch. Let's go. And it was like a pretty fantastic comic page that we drew on the iPad. Um, so, and dude, like this is the first time like I really got to sit down and really go through these pictures, and um, oh, it was awesome. And it was just like it's just like you really appreciate the people like her Captain America, Captain Planet cosplay was dope. She was all about it, and she loved the Disney princesses, and she loved the Jasmine Sith. Again, returning returning customers. 4 years in a row, they have come back to get books and stock up on their stuff. And they were shoot. So let's say the publisher. So I think it was publisher was first. Share. And last year, So with the previous publisher, with Short Fuse, my second year there, and now this year. So they have been there every year, and they have. I normally do this free poster that if you buy a book, we do a raffle contest. You pull out the ticket. If I pull out your ticket, you get a free commission. I draw it in ink. I got 30 minutes to draw it on a poster board, and they have won it every single year. He has won it every single year. This is the first year I didn't do it. I have enough help. Everybody that wanted to come was working. So I was solo. This weekend at Wizard World, or this past weekend at Wizard World Chicago. But it's so I can't tell you how awesome and how good it is to see people come back to get stuff, man. You get to continue that dialogue with them and conversate with them, and it's like freaking, I don't know, it's like a con family reunion, man, when you get to see these people again and talk to them and conversate with them. And shoot, they saw that I was getting slammed so hard, so I was trying to get food from the convention, that they went and got the food for me. I was like, "Don't worry about it, man. Just go back and work your table, and we'll get you the food. We'll get your food. Just tell us what you want." These foot soldiers were amazing. Don't know if you noticed or not, but even on their hands, I don't know why it's not there, but whatever. Even their hands, they have some type of flesh um, glove, so they look even more like the cartoons. They look more like cartoon characters. They were freaking incredible, man. Look at those masks. Awesome. Returning customer, they're partners. They come together. They come every year, and we shoot the crap all the time. And then they always get something from me. It's truly appreciated. Bunch of those freebie cards. These kids were awesome. They were going to a panel with Carl. I want to say Carl Potts for creative writing or I can't remember. It was creative writing in comics, storytelling, sequential storytelling in comics. And the fact that these kids were all about that and wanted to go, I thought that was really awesome. They were all dressed in costumes. I asked if I could take their picture, and they were like, "Yeah. Don't take my picture. I gotta get my mask first. Let me get my mask on." It's always awesome. I'm just kind of just using this whole thing to go through so I can just talk about the events of the show. That was a really cool Wonder Woman. So I want to snag that picture. As you see, that's me working on that shredder pin up. It's always good to have a Deadpool. Always good to have a Deadpool. Oh, this guy was real cool. So he has a really cool thing that he does. He starts off at a random table, and then he looks and sees if he sees something he like, he gets something. If he gets something, he gets something. If he doesn't, he doesn't. And then he'll ask that creative, is there anybody at the show that you know that has a table back here? Point me in the direction. And he will use that to go around to the different tables at the show. And I thought that was real cool. He stopped at my brother's table, Ren McKenzie, and then Ren directed him over towards me, and then I directed him over to Josh. And like I just thought that was really cool, man. A nice little chain. So that way you don't like you can walk up and down the aisles if you want to, but like it's kind of like, well, if these artists recommend you, maybe there's something really good at that table. And you end up copping a couple issues. I had a lot of fun at this show, man. I started off like I said with seven panels, couple creative stage appearances, and my panels, my Marvel versus DC panel, and my Marvel versus DC, my Marvel MCU panel, my DC panel, and the pop culture appropriation panel. They bang. We had such great conversation in there. Um, Great questions, good conversation, back and forth, and a good number of people there. Good night. Good night. Ah, this is the best. This is the absolute best. So the whole thing about well, number one, I specifically remember this guy because he gave me a character to rap with and during the hype line, right? And I made sure I don't know why, but I had a really good line and he liked it. With the character that he gave me. Gave him a ticket and then they came over. That's the point of me doing the freestyle game and me doing trivia and stuff like that, just for me to, connect with you, make a connection, introduce myself. And I even start off like that. Like up until this moment, you did not know who I am. And my name is Mike Watson. I'm a comic book creator from Columbus, Ohio. And I want the opportunity to show you my work. And so, in order to do that, I'm going to bribe you. And then I always get a laugh from that. Most times I do. But long and short, to even get him over here, chances of him coming over my table are slim to none because he doesn't know who I am. If I didn't go out there and do that line, maybe this meeting never happened. But because this meeting happened, he came over to my table. Now, if he had just walked past my table, he might have been one of the people that I would have looked at. He's got not only is he on a Flash shirt, he's on a Flash hat. So my man is a big Flash fan. So I would have talked to him like, man, that's a dope hat. I love how it's matching with your shirt or whatnot. Like, can I check out your hat? Just to peg him. And I'm like, hey, I got a flash print that you may want. Being direct, being forward, and being straight up with it or whatnot. Not wasting his time. I pulled him in, and that's what I said. But he was already over here checking out the work because of the ticket and my pitch. And they were looking at stuff already. I said, yo, I got a flash print in there that you might dig. And he said, well, put me down for it. Let me see it. End up getting 4 prints, including the flash. So I guess I'm just trying to drop some quick tips about working convention. Now, I didn't try to sell them anything. I just liked the cosplay on these people. And that Deku was dope. So I said, oh my God, your Deku cosplay is great. I just want to show you this picture. No, what's the word? Oh yeah, no obligation. I just love your cosplay and I think it's great. And I just want to show you this art. And so I showed them a picture of Deku that I drew, whatever. And they thought it was dope. And we talked for a few minutes and then they left. They didn't buy anything. That was like my intention wasn't to sell them anything. I guess you got to think 4 corners, man. You got to think in the box. You got to think out of the box. Like I want, number one, when I go to a convention, I want to have a good time. Number two, when I go to a convention, I want you to have a good time. Number three, at the convention, I want to give the ambiance and presence of my table's fun as hell. So I want to keep people at my table. I want to keep people laughing. I want to be laughing. I want to be talking, conversing, all that stuff. And this is all part of keeping that going, man. So he rode up on me with his partner, and they both, I guess they do some social media marketing type of things, and they saw Freestyle Comics as the name of the company, and they really dug it. Did a small interview, and copped some books, and they ended up coming to a panel with me. Really cool. Hung out with them after the show and everything, and that's the stuff that you get when you go to conventions, man. You meet and network with these people that are doing these things, and you link with like-minded individuals. Now, we may do something in the future, or we may not, but like I know I would have never met them or even have the opportunity to do something or even myself if I didn't go to that comic book convention. All right. Oh, I thought this cosplay was amazing. I'm one of the few people who enjoyed the Han Solo movie, and I thought her cosplay was wicked cool. I had to get a picture of her out the mask, and I had to get a picture of her with the mask on just to pay respects. Like, dope, dope. Yeah. I forget. I forget how this one happened, but he ended up buying the whole line of turtles. I think he got every turtle print, except he didn't get April. He did not get April or Usagi or the team prints, but he got a bunch of turtle prints. And I can't remember how this sale went, but I know we had a good conversation. I do remember that we had a good conversation and whatnot. He ended up getting all those. Oh, there's some more work on that. There's some more progress on that shredder. Been working on that for a while. So these cards I give away, when I give them away for free, take note, I already have about 25 cards for a full deck. For a full deck from the shows that I've gone to. But I only give away a certain set for free. And I say, hey, so these are ones you can pick up for free. If you actually dig the cards and you really want like the whole set, you can get the deck of 25 for $10. And since I've been doing these cards, I've sold at least one deck every single show that I've gone to with that. Now, you may be sitting here like, well, Mike, it's just $10 fucking. That's not anything. And I may disagree with you because that's $10 I wouldn't have had if I didn't do it. These cards are very inexpensive. These cards do not cost a lot of money for me to print, and that's an extra $10 bonus that I made on top of that. So essentially, for the cards that I got printed for the last 4 shows, and I've sold a deck of cards, I've already paid for these cards all together. I paid for them with those 2 sales. And then the next 2 sales I made at them, I've profited off of those cards. So the items that I'm giving away for free, my explanation may be a little confusing. So let me try one more time. 4 shows. Since I've been making these cards, I've had 4 shows. I've sold 1 deck of cards at every show. Now I've had to get some reprints. If you calculate that in with the cost, 2 shows paid for all those cards that I've given away for free, and the next 2 shows have been profits for me for just those cards. Not to say, or not even including me giving away that free item, what those have done for my sales. Because on Friday, I was 51%, on Saturday, 49%, and on Sunday, 48% on my conversion rate. Now, if you don't understand what that means, is that when someone comes to my table with a ticket to get their free item, they have to listen to me pitch for a couple minutes about what I have at my table. My objective is to convert that into a sale. Now, the conversion rate comes in is how often am I getting someone to say, yes, I'll buy something and take my free item versus, no, I won't buy something and I'll just take my free item. That's my conversion rate. It's strung around 50% the entire weekend. So the free item is still helping me make a profit on what I'm doing here at the show. So something you may want to look into. You ain't got to listen to me, man. I'm just telling my story, just telling my truth. And again, another person coming back this weekend to buy more books. This guy was really digging that Vigilance print. There's the Shredder print commission all done. Respect to this Mystique. That's how Mystique is done in the movies. I don't like the new Mystique. I won't get into that right now. This kid was at one of my creative stage panels. Came on over to get one of the books. Was very intrigued by the hot shot elevator pitch. Dope Xena. A dope Xena. Oh wait, I think we got something here. I gotta hit the proverbial hay. All right, Daniel, man. See you later. All right, didn't I say you'll see her again? This is actually her testimonial video. I don't know how to get the sound to work with the video play, so I'm not going to do that. I'll be posting this later on. I actually forgot I had this and I need to post it. But she gave us a little testimonial video how much she enjoyed the books and why she keeps coming back. Love it. So I don't know if you've been paying attention, but they were in the earlier photos and they've been coming back and forth. And she wanted to get some art. And sometimes, I feel like getting the artwork and the books into people's hands are more important than making a bunch of money. And that's just kind of like the mentality that I've always kind of had on it. So when I see somebody has a genuine interest and they're like, oh, I want this, and then they're looking like, oh, but I want this one too. And I'm like, so when I see this sort of interest, I just say, just point at the ones that you want. I'll toss you out a number, and we'll work from there. I'll try to get you something that you're happy with financially to walk away with that artwork. Because honestly, at the end of the day, it does nothing for me sitting in my notebook that's in my case, that's sitting in my car waiting for me to go to the next show, versus it being they're happy to have it. They're gonna take it. They're gonna frame it, hang it up, put it to their collection, tell people about it. That's more important to me. Yeah. This is so funny. He's like, man, you got a print of the Shadow. You don't catch a lot of guys with a print of the Shadow, and I do. I do have a print of the Shadow, and I would not if it was not commissioned. This guy bought books from me a while ago, and then came back and wanted to get a sketch cover done, which is cool. I love that when people come back and they get the sketch cover. He wanted to throw Vigilance on the front of that one. He's a big fan of the Vigilance, got the Vigilance books, and this is the first appearance of Vigilance, so we wanted her sketched on there. This was a cool guy, man. I mean, you just meet so many fun people at conventions. That Ultra Shaggy, finally, so that was the first time. Now, that Ultra Shaggy brings people over to my table. This is one of those situations where people see it and they talk and they're like, oh, shoot, that's Ultra Shaggy. And, we have a little conversation about it, or, some kids or whatever, like, oh, she's only using a percentage of his power. It's an icebreaker. It doesn't really sell, but it catches people's eye. And this is the first person that bought it. She was at a couple of my panels. And this is just I don't know, kind of sound like I'm beating a dead horse or whatnot. But I just want to get that repetitive idea going that panels, we're almost done here. The panels help. Getting on the creative stage helps. Getting in panels help. Having conversation helps. Having icebreakers helps. Talking to 80 to 90% of the people that walk your table helps. Talking to people with the intention not to sell helps. Like, I'm just like, it may not work for everybody, but I mean, what is it going to hurt to try? What is it going to hurt to say hello, say what's up, to have a conversation? Ever since I was done wrong at a convention by an artist that I really freaking love, I feel like if I have an audience and I have a fan base to any degree, and you're coming to see me at a show, I need to give you attention. That's what we're at the show for. We're at the show because this is an opportunity for us to mix and mingle. And that's how I feel about artists that I'm fan faves of. Like, if you don't want to be at the show mingling with your fan base, then why be at the show? You can make money doing something else and just staying in your damn house. She was all about Storm. She bought all my Storm prints. I just thought it was hilarious. She was like, I think, I had walked away from my table for a minute, and I was going to the bathroom, and I came back, and she was there. She was like, I knew it had to be a brother drawing girls this thick. I was like, okay. I thought that was hilarious. And she was like, let me see all your Storm prints. And she went ahead and got all the Storms. She was so, these are two girls. These are two girls that help with the Spider-Man story. The Spider-Man Hotshot creative page story. So that's pretty much the show. As far as being at the table. Now, I was not at the table a whole lot. Like I said, I had originally planned 7 panels. But I jumped on a panel. Um, no, 8. I jumped on a panel with Hendo Art. She's a cosplayer. I met in Chicago last year, and I did a panel with her, and we did a panel on building your brand and stuff like that. And that was really fun. Hendo's really cool. She's very talented at what she does with the cosplay and stuff. So I jumped on that panel with her. Then they needed somebody. They wanted somebody to help out with the auction, which they give away. Oh my god! And I put in a bid on it myself. They gave away Samwise Gamgee's banner from when he appeared at Wizard World, and it was signed by Samwise. Oh God! Samwise Gamgee is the true hero in Lord of the Rings. All right, I signed that bad. I wanted that bad boy. But they auction off stuff like that to help. Oh, I forget what the cause was. I can't remember the acronym of it, but they raised money for it by giving away signed autograph pictures of previous attendees and things like that. And that was fun. I did it with Kato Kalin, and that was pretty awesome. Um, the Marvel panel was great. I think my favorite panel was our diversity panel. Got a lot of good dialogue there, man. A lot of good conversation, a lot of good questions, and the panels were packed, and I really enjoyed it. Chicago was a good show. One of the things I'm starting to that I've realized with Chicago after I've done Chicago. Chicago was actually the very first comic convention that I ever did. Um, it's the first show I went to with Trevor Zammit, right when I was in the midst of college and trying to be a comic artist for the first time. We just woke up. I called him and said, "Do you want to go to Chicago?" And we went out there in my Chevy Beretta. Was it the Beretta? No, it wasn't the Beretta. It was either my Honda Accord or my van. I think it was my Honda Accord. But we went out there and we slept in the car and we washed up in the public bathroom. And I stood in line to take myself to go see Marvel. And then Chicago was the first show that I went with the CO, with Danny Cooper, Victor Dandridge, Ren McKenzie, Rob Gant, Michael Harris, like a bunch of other people. We all went. That was the first show where we went deep. All right, and we had tables, and we were out. We were artists, and we were out here. So Wizard World Chicago is important to me. It's got a lot of stop points in my creative career, and I took 2 or 3 years off of comics, and I did not go. And coming back, I'm starting to realize my market value in Chicago, and that's something that people should understand at whatever show that they go to. Understand where you sell a lot and where you don't. Now, my averages for Chicago have not been the same averages that I do in Philly or any other show. I still sell stuff. I still move things, but not as much as I do at Wizard World Philly, at BlurredCon, at Wizard World Columbus, Wizard World Cleveland, where'd I go? Wizard World Boise, Cleveland Comic Con. I mean, just not. No. Cleveland Comic Con, take that off. I sell more than I do there. But again, these are all different markets. This is what I'm trying to get across. They're all different markets. And I know my markets. My Chicago market was a little unknown because I've been there by myself and I've been there with 2 separate publishers. So the consistency for my market in Chicago was not known, and I figured it out this year. The show just doesn't, like, I still have some value there as far as that crowd wanting my stuff. So I'm still gonna go to the show, but the crowd was a little different, and not different from the other shows I've been to. And I'm starting to notice this pretty consistent, that I can sell stuff there, just not as much stuff as I would like to. But then I also kind of got to factor in, I wasn't at my table a whole lot this year. And I still managed the same average that I did last year. So the show is still worth it for me to go out there because of all the opportunity, because of the panels, because I still make funds at the show. I still make $1. I mean, not $1, but I make dollars at the show. So it's definitely still worth it. And I do have an audience there. I guess I'm just trying to figure out why my audience may be bigger at different Wizard World shows than necessarily in Chicago. And I was talking to one of the other artists there, creatives there, and that's something that we talked about, and we've had this conversation several times before. Is that your market just may not be the market of what you do may not just be there in this city like it is in another city. So just things that you need to be aware of. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I know. So after going to this show for so long, I know how to attack Chicago to where I make money. Um, so I think that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. If you don't make any or you don't hit any of the goals you want, look at what you're doing. Look at what you've been doing at the show, your overall performances and things like that, because my averages at other shows are different. Um, but I'm also doing a lot of stuff. So is there an opportunity for my averages to go up if I'm not doing as many panels? Yeah, most definitely. But I like doing the panels. So I still made enough money to justify being happy where I'm at and still doing all the panels that I did. There is so much value in doing those. So I guess that's it. That's all I got. Um, I will be uploading those panels. I've been trying to get them to download and stuff, and they haven't been working. So I'm gonna give it a try again tonight, and I'll get those up. But thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Just wanted to talk about the show, the things I did, pass on some tips and stuff like that. Stay epic.